Hello, 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 and we are back again. Hello, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Hope you're all having a good one. We are back. We are streaming last Epoch. We're going to be doing some dungeons. Hope you are all having a good one. Let me adjust these chat windows over here. T4 dungeons on the agenda tonight. We did kind of get into some of this yesterday, so we'll probably run some Lightless Arbor, go do some slams. I gotta run Soulfire Bastion. I don't want to run Soulfire Bastion, but I need the uniques there. I need to store some of them. I don't like Soulfire Bastion, basically. Hey, what up, Steve? Over on YouTube. How you doing today, sir? All right, so in yesterday's attempts, we got... You're doing awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Steve. I'm glad to hear that. How's that sorcerer coming along? Okay, so in yesterday's attempts, I got 2 feet of the mountain, 1 peak of the mountain, 1 face of the mountain. I'm particularly looking for the peak of the mountain and the foot of the mountain. So I gotta go back again. Oh my God, we're back again. Let's go grab some keys. Lord, I hope we got enough keys, chat. I hope we got enough keys. Lightless Arbor. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be doing this many attempts. I'm a monos, level 57. All right, all right. I don't think we're gonna have time today for an attempt per key that I'm pulling, but nonetheless, this is a good mix. This is a good ratio, right? Okay, I'll deal with that later. Let's start with Lightless Arbor. Had a great day at work. We got a lot of stuff done. My food delivery actually showed up early this time. Thank the heavens. Let's get it. We are playing Smite Healing Hands, and today is T4 Dungeon Day. We kind of started it yesterday, but we're out here looking for uniques. I'm here to chat if you guys got questions. If you just want to see T4 gameplay, thanks for being here. Hey, what up, Sniffy? Sniffy, man. How you doing, brother? It's been a while. It's been a while. Good morning. Hey, what up, Sai? How you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Doing well. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. What have you been up to, Sniffy? Oh, honestly, there might be an ad playing right now on Twitch. No, that's over. Working on Dragon's Dogma 2. Ooh, that sounds fun. I haven't played Dragon's Dogma myself, but it did look like it'd be a pretty cool game to explore. I heard it had some performance issues, but from some people, what it sounded like, most of the performance issues was actually more on was in town on PC. I heard that the towns were kind of rough, but once you're out in the countryside, you were fine. And if you're fine with, you know, less than 60 FPS, then you don't care. How's being a chief? I'm a 49er fan. I'm not a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you mean Chef Sniffy? Cook. Ah, that's what you mean. Yeah. How's it like being a cook? Ups and downs, depends, you know. Depends. I'm not like, so I work for the government. I have supervisors. I'm not like somebody out there who like owns his own restaurant and, you know, I have to manage I manage a kitchen for the military. I have supervisors. I answer to them. They tell me jump, I say how high. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I don't own a restaurant. I don't work a la minute. I work for the military. I manage a kitchen for the military. So, and honestly, it's good. Good, reliable hours. I can usually count on my hours being the same. I kind of make my hours, so to speak. They trust me. Work 8 hours a day. They know I'll be there when I need to be there. I have a decent amount of control over what needs to be done. Oh no, you making grub? Yeah, I make food. I manage it. I cook. Air Dragon, how goes the war on boredom, sir? Crazy's out in full force today. All the crap came out today. Supposed to be nut, but crap hitting the fan is also a fair description. What do we got? Nope, we don't need that. Alright, we got another pair of boots. Except interval. Give me my loot. That's supposed to be a nut. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be a nut. It's not an emote. We have a plague making its way through the team, so we were down a fair number of people. Ouch. I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Sorry to hear that indeed. +4 to a racing strike. How was that not highlighted? That should have been highlighted. Okay. Let's run it again. Thank you for all the likes over on YouTube, guys. I really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, if you're just tuning in, T4 dungeons all day. We're starting with Lightless Arbor. Well, I say all day, you know, as long as I'm streaming, which is probably gonna be 3 hours. Stomach bug. All the fun of a bad hangover, or none of the fun. Oh, yeah, that's yeah, that's kind of rough.
Stand down or die.
Seeing as I dodged it Monday and Tuesday, suspect I'll be the last victim. Oh, shoot. Well, do they follow procedure and like stay home? Well, actually, I don't know what policy is at your place of business.
Stand down.
I wish that was policy. You see, like I've been a cook for so long, like anything like that, you gotta go home. You cannot be there. Anything like that, you got diarrhea, get out. Nausea is not something you can tell somebody to go home, but if they're blowing chunks, get out. Oh, you're coughing just a little too much, get out. Like, it has to be a consistent cough. It can't be a... You can't... Policy is come in and puke everywhere, spread all the love, and then deal with the fallout. I got you. Some places are like that. Or you get some places that are like, oh, well, if you're sick, then you'll have to go see a doctor, and then you'll get a doctor's note. Like, yo, listen, even with insurance, man, not everybody can't just be going to the doctor every time they got something to give you a note. All health conscious employees got let go for frequent absences since we don't have any work from home setups in the department. That's like one of those things. It's like one of those things like I get it. I get it. Like, were those people actually sick? But there's still an ethics involved with that. What if they actually were sick? Maybe they have a condition and they can't be going to the doctor every single time. But you know what? If that's what it takes for you to keep your job, slap it in their face. Or you know what? Just go find something else. I get it. Work them into the dirt, you know? I don't agree with it. I do not advocate for that style of management. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the amount of money you spend on training employees just to let them go because you don't think they show up to work enough. Okay, well, clearly I think it's over here because there's a ton of barriers preventing me from getting in. Honestly, I kind of hate these random barriers. Like, this is not premium gameplay in my opinion. Maybe it's not. Like, that is completely blocked off unless I'm missing something. Like, you just spend the entire session just stumbling around because... I prefer an objective to trying to avoid the barriers. Like, the difference in workload is something easily noted. People actually sick are easy to separate from those who aren't, but you get it. The place should be run like you do it in the kitchen. Yeah, well, I also told you guys that I work at a child development center, so I have a high-risk population. We have kids there as young as, like, 3 months old. They don't need to be picking up any extra goodies from the adults and the kitchen staff when their immune systems are still developing. It is what you would call a high-risk population because their bodies are still developing. Their immune systems are still developing. What is a minor cold to me could be a big deal to them. This is a norovirus stays active. Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, norovirus, man, dude. Like, that could, like, if you have a kitchen, like, if you run a commercial kitchen, like, you're a chef, and you have norovirus like that, oh, man, that is not good. That is not good. Okay, well... Well, let me check over here. Nothing. Okay, let me go back up here. This is premium. This is premium gameplay. This is the kitchen to be shut down, purged before people could come back. Yeah, well, depending on... Oh my god, I walked right past it and it didn't even... Whatever. This is the kitchen to be shut down and purged before people could come back with the number of sick people. Yeah, and I know, Air Dragon, you worked in the kitchen. You already know procedure. You already know procedure, man. Norovirus is bad. That's the bust out the 5,000 ppm bleach. Yeah, seriously. That's a quarantine issue. That's a go home. Like, I'd be curious about like the legality, right? So track with me. Here's a scenario. Let's say you are somebody who has a child, maybe a parent, somebody with an autoimmunity disorder or deficiency, right? So you have to be very careful about what you expose yourself to, because you don't want to expose them to it, and you take care of them, right? Like, they're independent enough that they can stay at the house, but you have to be careful. And then something like this happens, right? Where there is a known case of norovirus at your work, so you attempt to quarantine and not come to work because you don't want to get sick and possibly introduce that to your family members who have this disorder. But your work forces you to come in, right? And then threaten you with expulsion, being fired, right? Is there I don't know if there's a legal room to stand on. Maybe it depends on the state. I don't know if California has something like that. California is an at-will state. I would imagine no, but fun little legal game, you know? Oh, we got another Face of the Mountain shield. Oh, come on. No LP? I got you. It would just take too long. Wheels of Justice would move too slow. Yeah. By that point, you probably could have found another job. Yeah. All right. So we got another shield. We got boots on the first run. Another shield. These are from yesterday. Yesterday we did half monos, half dungeons. Sup, bike? How's it going? What up, Michael the Judge? Over on YouTube. It's going pretty good today. We're having an interesting discussion about ethics in the workplace. What to do in late game of this game? Sorry, I'm a Path of Exile game and would like to know better this game. Hey, what up, Eduardo? Yeah. So, Eduardo, the end game in this game is very repeatable, but there's not a lot of offerings compared to Path of Exile. Path of Exile, you got a wide smattering of end game. In this game, it's very narrow. You got Monoliths, Dungeons, and Arena. Both Monoliths and Arena are kind of like push your build to the max type thing. Push your, like, they're endless in difficulty, but they're very samey, so to speak, in their loops. They're very repeatable. For somebody like me, that's very, I love it. I love it. Dungeons are the only in-game activity in this game that are capped. They have a capped difficulty. Whereas, and I'm running Dungeons right now, but like the Monoliths in the Arena, the difficulty is endless. You go as far as you can. Arena is you survive as many waves as possible and you might get your name up on the leaderboard. It becomes harder and harder. It's like a horde mode, right? Monoliths are a little bit different. You have a mechanic called corruption. As you continue up the timeline, you increase the corruption, which increases the difficulty overall in your Monolith runs, but it also increases the amount of loot you find. That's what a lot of people play. Not a lot of people do Arena. People do Dungeons out of necessity, or they just really like them. hopefully one day this game will have a nice offering, but it's not going to provide you as nearly as much in-game as Path of Exile. You could preempt by asking the company to voluntarily declare the floor a clean floor for exposure because of health issues. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so Eduardo, I'm doing like the hardest dungeons, so to speak. There's only 3 of them, and I'm playing them at the hardest difficulty. Depending on your build, they're either trivial or hard or medium. But like I said, the difficulty is capped, unlike the other 2 activities I stated. Is that like a state thing or a union thing, Air Dragon? Okay, cool. So it'd be more like Diablo. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what Diablo's in-game has come up to now. The build diversity in this game is more in depth than Diablo. I feel like this game has a little bit more in-game than Diablo. Or at least like when I first came to the game, it had way more in-game than Diablo. But Diablo's about to have its 4th season, which I think is adding a little bit more in-game. You know, they're going to be adding like the pit, and then you already got the uber bosses. This game, if for its 2nd cycle, is going to add, as far as I'm aware of, 1 uber boss, 1 aspirational boss, and they're just going to keep expanding it. You know, Path of Exile benefits greatly from being out for 10 years. This is kind of a new title, so unfortunately it's going to take a long time for anything to get close to touching what Path of Exile has. 10 years of content is good for Path of Exile and kind of hard for it's a high bar. It's a high bar indeed. Yeah. All he has in comparison to Path of Exile is monos. Dungeons are like old school labyrinth farming. LE needs more time to brew up new modes. Yeah. Yeah. It needs more time. I think everybody can agree. Like, and I don't think anybody expects it to all of a sudden come out brand new and have more content than the game that's been leading the charts for 10 years. Yeah, I would say that's a shining part to the game is there's a lot of build diversity. You know, you got the 5 classes, but then each class has a mastery. Has 3 masteries, so like that's a like 5 classes, 3 masteries each. Each mastery kind of they feel distinct, but like you know you're still like I'm playing a Sentinel, playing a Void Knight. Like, I'm still playing a Sentinel. And, like, when I play a Paladin, yeah, sure. There's similarities, but they each have their own theme, their own flavor. And I love that. Like, yeah, I know I'm still a Sentinel, but this works better on Paladin than this does on Void Knight, whereas blah, 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 blah. I've played so many different builds in this game, and I haven't even come close to touching them all. Well, plus that, and I really like Sentinel, so... LE builds are a bit more focused than PoE builds. Nothing really does PoE passive tree like PoE. LE is a medium complexity game at a glance with PhD level depth if that's what you want. I agree. I think one thing that last Epoch has going for it is you can really get down into the nitty gritty and like spreadsheet warrior your way to a godly build. And then you could also just boot up for the first time, not reference a single guide, and play the game and have fun. Oops, you made a mistake. You know, you can respec. It'll cost you some resources, but it's gold. It's in-game currency. Though, from what I heard, like you can respec in Path of Exile. For those who aren't aware, I'm not very Path of Exile adept. I've played it a little bit. I didn't make it past the campaign. I went in blind. Maybe that's my own fault, but strong point of LE, yeah. So I know that Path of Exile has a very strong end game for sure. I know it blows last Epoch out of the water in terms of in-game depth. So I know you can respec in Path of Exile, but from what I've been told, it becomes more prevalent in the end game, and what ends up happening is people play blindly and mess up earlier on, and then they feel like they got a busted character. Maybe they're not aware that you can respec or whatnot, and then they either play something else or they just quit the game entirely. I didn't quit the game because of that. I quit the game because I felt like there was some tedious parts to the game for the sake of being tedious. What's this? +3 to judgment. Oh boy. What's this? Break it down. Break it down. Understand. Yeah. Oh, okay. You understood what I was saying there? Thank you for the explanation. Congratulations on the live. Good game and cheers from Brazil. Brazil! Thank you so much, Eduardo. I really appreciate you being here, brother. You take care, man. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here. I'm live just about every day. Thanks for stopping by, man. So instead of being able to use a generic resource like gold, a specific resource is needed. You get 17 respec points free playing the campaign. That currency to farm needs a good build, which you need to respec in PoE kind of makes it hard to gather up. Thanks. Absolutely, Eduardo. Thank you. Air Dragon, are you getting buffering over on Twitch? Oh, okay. 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 I was curious. Right now it's saying my bitrate over there is unstable yet. I don't get it. I'm like, no, this looks fine to me.
Stand down or die.
cool. It's not what I was looking for, but you know, I understand it's rare. Okay, well, I am looking for these one-handed axes. Okay, I think we got a couple more attempts here before we move on to a different dungeon. I'd like to get at least one more peek of the mountain. I'd like to get at least one more peek of the mountain. Well, lurking while I'm prepping food for the kids. Yeah. Catch you later, brother. Okay. Okay. I like this boss. Kind of reminds me of Grim Dawn for some reason. Oh, like the Cthulhu looking boss at the end of the first Grim Dawn, like the base game. That was a good time. All right. Well, we're gonna go to a different dungeon.
You over here.
No, I'm curious. Can we tank this guy just straight up? I'll get you a song name in a moment. Okay, well, we could tank him. But he came the closest to killing us so far. Ashes of Mortality, alright. Song name is All Night. All Night from it's from Stream Tunes.
Hey, fancy it? Fantastic work. For most, this will clatter with delight when I give him my report.
We can shoot for some T7 movement.
Let me see your move, friend. Lucky you. Well spent. Well spent.
Sure, let's shoot for some helmets.
Embers well spent. Yeah, lucky you. Embers well spent.
Yeah, that wasn't the smoothest tanking. I'm gonna have to actually pay attention to the mechanic because that dude almost iced us or torched us or however you want to say it.
Hey, come here. I need to speak with you.
No, I'm not gonna talk to you, pal. All right, attempt number 2. Let's go. Later.
Come to play with fire. The fire rises.
Makes me want to shield charge for a really long time. Oh, that's a classic, Mike. Let's check out the helmets. Guess we could check out some rings. Boy, how much of the oh, we don't have enough. Okay. Okay, we've gotten 2 rings. I would like the belt, but it's not required. The belt is not required.
Stand down or die.
Anything of use No. Yeah, I'm gonna just need you all to die. Thanks. Bye.
Come to play with fire.
So far, all we've gotten are Ashes of Mortality. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Want it with LP.
Fantastic bird. Mimosas will clatter with delight when I give them.
Yeah, I guess boats. Boots are the way to go. Roll for them boots. I guess we'll also grab the belt.
Lucky you. Emerald well spent.
We'll grab some rings.
Embers well spent. Well spent. Oh, lucky you.
Let's go again. Soulfire Bastion. My favorite dungeon. Not.
Chat.
Sup, bike? What items are you hunting tonight? So you went and got yourself the healing hands? Hey, what up, Kirky? Yeah, we've been playing the Smite healing hands build for a couple days now. I'm in here looking for the belt. What is it? The Immolator belt? It's not a hard need. I'm thinking I'm going to check out that Divine Bolt build that was really popular. Figured I'd check it out near the end of the cycle. Be like, that's what it was like. Because, you know, it's going to get changed next cycle. So I could say, hey, I played probably the most broken Sentinel build in the game for a long time. Items I need for the current build, we already went and got out of the dungeon. Which one? The Lightless Arbor. Then we're gonna go do some slams here and a couple more. After a couple more Soulfire runs, we're gonna go do Temporal Sanctum. Then that will be the evening. All right, It's pretty fun for a little bit at least. So many attacks out. Yeah. I've seen a couple videos. It looks pretty insane. I think I would get bored with it pretty quick, but I figured I'd still check it out. Just to say that I did. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people coming in saying they were playing Frostclaw and that it was just insane in the membrane. So what kind of corruption are you doing with the Frostclaw build, Cricky? Because yeah, I've been hearing it's like the de facto build right now. Really? No boss drop? Golly, unlucky, man. Currently playing the almost hit level 100 and your highest is 500 corruption. Well done, Cricky. Well done. Been trying to upload a video, but it's been on like it's been on for like an hour. So, oh, it's still uploading after an hour? You're doing 4K, aren't you? That sounds like 4K, man. Yeah, it's 4K. Only set items, I know, right? There needs to be a guaranteed drop, man. Like that's unusual. If you run the entire dungeon, you need to get a guaranteed drop from the boss loot pool. It could just be like no LP, Ashes of Mortality, but to get nothing. Yeah, it could be an Ashes of Mortality, no LP. Hey, at least you saw something. Because all the other dungeons drop you at least one unique. May not be a good unique, but they dropped it. Yeah, not like you always get LP, but it sucks to not even get an item, you know? If they add LP to set items in the future, talk about a game changer. Yeah, that would be a major game changer. They might become too OP at that point. Get a full LP set item set. But I mean, right now, what are you gonna do? Most of them are not that good. There's a couple of items. There's a couple of items that make it into in-game builds, but out of the vast pool, you have like 5 to 10, maybe even less than that become in-game viable. But yeah, that is kind of the main problem with the set items. They're very hard to tailor to a build. It's almost like you got to do an entire build based around the set item because they cannot be changed other than rolls. Whereas, with a unique, yeah, sure, a lot of builds are built around uniques, but uniques with legendary potential that become legendaries are definitely a lot more flexible. And sometimes it's based around a skill, and that unique with legendary potential is what makes it a build defining unique. Hey, I got this ability, this unique item, 2 of the affixes on here are actually not that good, but since it has legendary potential, that one affix right there becomes, very desirable. With the legendary potential, I'd use it. You can even say the same thing about some set items, like, oh, well, this ring right here from the Invoker set or whatever. It has a couple affixes that are good, but since it's not very flexible, I'm just better off with an Exalted Ring with the affixes I need. Oh, like Yelkors? Yeah. They're very flexible. And they're build defining because they literally change They literally changed the skill. Yeah, like take for instance this ladle right here. It's good, but since it has legendary potential and I was able to put some affixes on there, that's what made it desirable. If this item just existed in the game, no legendary potential, couldn't be manipulated, yeah, sure. The chance to apply slow, frailty, shred armor, electrify, poison, and the increased cast speed per 2 intelligence, the 1 mana gain per 4 intelligence, and, you know, the creme de la creme, the more spell damage per negative ailment on target, it would still not be as good as a nicely rolled exalted item, right? If I couldn't manipulate this. But since I can add cast speed, I'm not using the fire penetration, but, you know, since I can add cast speed, whatever else I'm looking for onto this item, that makes this a good unique. And that's the problem with set items. Sure, they'll have some good stuff on there, but since you can't manipulate it and have it fit into your build, sometimes it's perfect. Sometimes it's like, well, this has exactly what I need, so I'm going to use this set item. And oftentimes in that case, and it's kind of sad, you'll see them use a piece of the set item, not the entire set. They're just using, you know, the stats that are on that one particular one. There's a Sentinel build for the Forge Guard. They use the Sunforged helmet, just the helmet. They don't use the mace. They don't use the chest piece, just the helmet. The binding, the binding belt. Same thing. They just use the belt. They don't use anything else. Apparently, all he's dropping is rings tonight, man. Okay, so I've run this boss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. One time he didn't even drop a unique. The other times he's dropped Ashes of Mortality, no LP, and I've left him behind. I guess I'm going to keep that one for now. Do I really need to gamble here? Sure, let me grab helmet and boots. I wish this went a little bit faster. If you combine it with another unique that curses you, yeah. You're talking about the Ashes of Mortality? No, Ashes of Mortality, like if you're if you're ignited, you gain a buff. The belt, really good. The belt from that same boss, it's a bit rarer to get. That that causes you to ignite yourself, but it increases your damage. The rings themselves also give you ward, but they also have a cooldown. But they also give you ward retention. Thank you so much for the likes on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much. It really helps. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's like big money, but big prizes. I was running that earlier. We ran it last night, and then we ran some more of it today because I actually needed those uniques specifically. So I went and got a few more. Then I'm over here for I honestly need the belt and the I think the Divine Bolt build uses the rings as well. I mean, if they don't, then they should. So yeah, I'm here to grab some rings and the belt, but man, this is kind of it's been kind of stingy, man. Not gonna lie, it's been kind of stingy. You'll get that belt, I believe. Well, I'm going to run it a couple more times, then I'm going to move on to Temporal Sanctum. But what I could always do is just, like, every day I'm playing, just come run this dungeon, like, 2 times. Just rinse and repeat over time. Today, obviously, I'm making more of a concerted effort. I'm probably not going to be checking out Divine Bolt, Healing Hands until, like the weekend. Are you serious? Okay, to be fair, I guess I should say this. To be fair, the set items are part of his loot pool. To be fair, this is part of his loot pool. So I guess I'm just going to have to live with the fact that this is a drop. So my bad. I take back what I said earlier. They did give me a unique drop. It was a set item drop. Stingy, yeah. I don't think I have this set in the bank. I'll go throw it in there. But yes, these are part of his drop. Part of his loot table. Yeah, but he is kind of stingy tonight, Cricky.
Yeah, lucky you.
Alright. Let's run him again, and then let's go do Temporal. Hey, what up, Lock Gotti Q1? Hey, how's it going? You're a subscriber. Nice. Thanks for the sub. Well, I see here in my alerts that you followed like 12 hours ago. I appreciate the follow. How's it going? Do I remember you? I remember there was somebody here a couple days ago, and then they were like, yeah, I'm going to get the game. Was that you, Locke? That might have been you. Yeah, I think I remember you. Yeah, and then you said you got it, and then I think you said it was installing or downloading or something like that. Am I thinking of the right one? Yeah. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. You got it, and you're level 41. So what do you think after jumping in? Happy I got it. Enjoying the game. I'm glad to hear that, man. Well, what class did you end up going with? You're doing a Frostclaw build. Excellent. Man, that sounds like you're going to have a ton of fun. Well, you already are having a ton of fun. If you're playing normal online mode and need help with anything, hit me up, blog. Yeah. Thanks, Cricky. I appreciate the support. Yeah, at level 41, I wouldn't focus on trying to get the perfect gear yet, because what's going to happen, Locke, I'm assuming you're still in the campaign. I'm assuming that you're still playing through the campaign, and what's going to happen is you're going to get to Monoliths, and you're going to start getting stuff like this. You're going to start getting these purples. That's going to elevate your game. Then then in Monoliths, you're going to get these keys. Particularly, you're going to be looking for the ones called to the Temporal Sanctum. They drop in Monoliths. What's going to happen is you're going to find uniques like this that are going to have like legendary potential, and what that's going to let you do is going to let you take, like, pretend this was a wand. This is a wand, right? Pretend this was a wand. I could combine this wand with that wand as long as it's a purple. And you do that in the Temporal Sanctum dungeon, which elevates your builds even more. Now you got unique items with affixes from purple gear on there. I'm not going to overload you, man. Just know you'll be getting much better gear once you get to Monoliths and Empowered Monoliths. And then there's dungeons. And then there's dungeons and Monoliths. Arena's not really for gearing. Arena's like, I got this build. I'm going to push it to the max. I'm going to see what it can do. That's how I see Arena. He really didn't drop a unique that time. What a stingy. I'm wondering when you get the trade block, though. Okay. So you're going to get that in the campaign. You're talking about the bazaar, right? You want to trade with other players like eBay. So what's going to happen in the campaign, you're going to get to this place called Majelka, right? Majelka, Upper District. And it's here that you'll be able to choose between the Circle of Fortune or the Merchant's Guild. Once you've made that choice, you can go to the Observatory and the Bazaar. Let me spend these points. So yeah, it's in Chapter 9. You're already past Chapter 9? Alright. So I will show you exactly what you're going to need to do after I spend these points. All right. All right, so you're in Majelka. You go to Majelka. Okay, you see that area, but you can't go to it yet, right? Eventually, when you're playing to the campaign, you'll get to this area. Okay. So you're in Majelka Upper District, right? So the path right here cleaves in two, right? You're going to want to go up here. I really wish the game did a better job of telling you, because they give you no indication, right? So you're at the waypoint. Instead of going to the right, you're going to go to the left. You're going to walk up here, and here's why it's confusing. Guess what it also says? Majelka Upper District. Where are we? Majelka Upper District. But this is a different area. It's still called Majelka Upper District. You're going to click here. Whole new area, still called Majelka Upper District. You're going to look for this dude right here. He's got a little speech bubble. His name is Zarek. You're going to talk to Zarek. Now, obviously, for me, he's not giving me the option because I've already chosen it. But if you haven't, he'll tell you, hey, you should go make some new friends. And then he'll tell you, he'll give you the option to join one. You're welcome, sir. Temporal Sanctum. Yay. Okay. Yeah. So here, let me show you. Let me show you real quick what corruption is. Okay, so here we are in the Monoliths of Fate. You have these different timelines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 timelines. Once you've gotten to Monoliths, you have to beat these 3 timelines up here. So basically, you can either do all the timelines leading up to it, or you can do like one path. You can go up here, one path, up here, one path, to get to these 3 timelines. Once you've beaten these 3 timelines, this little center island right here will glow. You walk over to it, you press it, bam. You get empowered monoliths. Now you might wonder why I just told you all that just to say how to unlock empowered monoliths. It's a question I get a lot. Once you get empowered monoliths, now you can do corruption in regular monoliths, but it's capped. It only goes up to 50 corruption. Once you get to empowered monoliths, the corruption is endless. And the corruption directly influences this number right here, as well as these numbers. So I have corruption 613 unlocked in this timeline. Enemies have 634% more health, and they deal 634% more damage. but as a reward, I get increased item rarity and increased experience for 613 corruption. Since the difficulty on corruption is endless, there are people who have pushed to thousands of corruptions based on the kind of builds you're playing, and that can kind of become the end game for you. You know what I mean? It's the same activity, you're just making it harder and harder and harder and harder. And honestly, I kind of like it. I like the fact that it's a nice repeatable loop that I can just keep making harder and harder and harder. All right, enough of this hard talk. I'm going to go do some Temporal Sanctum runs. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Be right back, chat. All right, we are back. All right, let's get into some Temporal Sanctum runs. See what chat's been talking about since I've been gone. Okay. I take it there's only some builds that can really push that number that high. That is correct. There are like 4 builds that can really push. It's really high, I think. Frostclaw, Divine Bolt, Rogue's Bomb, and some Necro build. Do we know if the Warlock can still do it? I know they got nerfed because of the bug. Do you know of any good Druid builds? There's Cold Dot Werebear and there's Lightning Swipe Werebear. Those are fun. There's a Swarmblade build. I've only played Lightning Swipe Werebear. That's the only Druid build I played. The Warlock build with Fisher. I know it got nerfed, but it should still be pretty good. Sleepy time, relurk, night bike. Yeah, catch you later, Air Dragon. Thanks for being here. Okay. We got 4 shots with these boots. What we want is movement speed. Yeah, T4 Jewelry Smash, and at least she will drop her uniques most of the time. She will always drop a unique with LP. All of her uniques drop with 1 LP. Honestly, these boots are useless to me without movement speed. I'm gonna want one with attributes, so this would be it. Nonetheless, I'll kind of mess around. I go up to 30, right? 29 is good enough for me. Yeah, so if I don't get the movement speed, then I'm not even going to bother. Box. We don't want movement speed. Wink, wink, right, chat? Hey. Done. First try. And this was probably, yeah, this is the best pair we can get, plus 10. I think these go up to plus 12, all attributes, so plus 10. And we got a tier 7 movement speed on there. Nice. All right, what's next? We're going to want this with strength. Here we go. We got our candidate.
Sanctum?
Okay, here's all the peaks I got. Well, damn. That's a max T6. Well, of all these, I would rather strength not go over. Wink, wink. Well, we got strength and we got armor. That was probably the ones we needed the most. All right. Cleaver solution. Yeah. The build actually calls for it. There we go. Chance to chill on head. Cool. Such a cool unique. Was thinking about trying but never did. Will be fun to see you run it. Yeah. Hello, I'm back. Just playing. Sweet. Welcome back. There we go. Vessel Strife. Not that I was looking for it, but, you know, a vessel's always nice. Alright, for this slam, we definitely don't want crit strike chance, right? Wink, wink. We don't want crit strike chance. Ah, I knew we were going to run into it eventually, chat. First two slams were good. They were good. I got more cleavers here. I would just do the side quests, man. Get those idols. They help a lot. They help a lot. Go for it, Locke. Sure. Void penetration. I mean, that's close enough. I'll take that. 230 hours previously you had received a rune of creation? Well, damn. I'm sorry, Cricky. I gotta do this. I gotta do this to you, man.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I had to do that to you. Oh, Cricky, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for the sub. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, I got you, man. Glad I could be here to help. Oh, come on.
And then turn her over and bang up the butt. And this is where you need a small knob. Imagine you're holding a tennis racket or a little whisk.
All right, brother, I'm heading to bed. My Sork is level 62 and Fireball DPS is at 21,000. Good luck and good night. Same to you, Steve. Likewise, brother. Thanks for being here, man. You have yourself a good night. Hey, Cricky, that's an all-time classic that lives in my head rent-free, bro. We definitely do not want critical strike chance. Wink, wink. We do not want critical strike chance. Oh, damn. It took me too seriously. Good night. Yeah, Locke says good night, Steve. Oh, you're out of here, Locke? You're getting off around level 50. Okay, man. You have yourself a good night, brother. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. What I actually want for once? Yeah, maybe I've done it too many times and the game's kind of wised up. Okay. Risk it for the biscuit. Oh. All right. Well, it's the one I'll take. All right. This time we really do want critical strike chance. Honestly, I got a couple more T6 crit axes in here. I've already blown through all my T7s. Not any better. Oh, that's a max. That's a max T6. Oh wait, I got one T7 left. I'll take it at that.
Intrude upon my research. No matter. They cannot reach me.
Okay, we could skip the doorbell song. There we go. Okay, so this time we do want critical strike chance. We really want that T7 critical strike chance to go over. We really, really, really want that critical strike chance to go over. Nah, didn't work, Cricky. Oh, rotten shame. All right, and this is where I leave you guys for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I'm shutting down for the night. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes on YouTube. Cricky, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, it's not being kind. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow will be a bit better. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get some sleep. If you're watching this in past broadcasts, there's timestamps down below for what section of the stream we're on in terms of dungeons. Anyway, I am Babbling Bike. You guys have yourselves a great one. You take care. Cheers.
It's over 9,000!